Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Sheldon. I help people ascend their consciousness and discover the path to enlightenment. Now, I hope you are all having a wonderful, magical, and beautiful day. Once again, guys, I'm sending everyone a lot of love, a lot of peace, a lot of healing energy, and I hope you guys feel that. I always want you guys to pay that energy forward. Always pay your energy forward, because energy is true currency in the world. Money means nothing. Energy means everything. Your inner world is a reflection of your outer world. So just remember, if you want things to change, guys, you need to literally change the interior world in order to see a change in the exterior world. Now, with that being said, I'm going to discuss a pretty unique and esoteric topic today. And that is if we live in a simulation or not. And my opinion on this, and why I think it's very possible that we do live in a simulation. A lot of people like Elon Musk, a lot of scientists around the world have discovered that the entire world and universe is based on mathematics. Like, we didn't create math, we discovered mathematics, right? So Nikola Tesla was another, amazing scientist that he was actually suppressed and buried by the elite. However, he said that if you discover the secrets of 3, 6, and 9, you will discover the secrets of the universe. So this code is everywhere in our world. The Fibonacci sequence, for example, is everywhere in our world. You can find it in all of nature. The golden ratio, right? So you can find math in all of nature. And for me, just based on the things that I've experienced in my life, feeling very destined, and just the way things have been set up, and just the synchronicities that I've experienced that are absolutely mind-blowing. It seems like someone's pressing a button. It seems like it is a simulation. It seems like you're living in some sort of computer program. Call me crazy, but this is a theory backed by a lot of people and a lot of evidence, right? So it just seems like it's just so perfect. Like, everything is so perfect and laid out. So it very well could be this way. Now, once again, I mean, this is just someone's opinion, right? So I just wanted to kind of say what I think is going on. And I truly think that, I think, we're in some sort of simulation, some sort of hologram, the Matrix, if you will. Like, the Matrix itself was a documentary, right? It's the Maya, the world you see is the illusionary world. The only thing that's real is the internal world of the soul, right? And I think that we were put here, we were installed here in order to, grow, in order to evolve and become better, and vibrate higher, and spread love, and learn the lessons of life, learn the lessons of love, learn the lessons of peace, so on and so forth. It's a very deep topic, right? And you have to be at a certain level of consciousness to truly understand what I'm talking about. But you can also go out and do your research, like research the Fibonacci sequence, right? Research the golden ratio, research Nikola Tesla 369 vortex mathematics, and you'll see that the whole universe is governed by very specific patterns and numbers, right? Which essentially would lead you to believe that it could be some sort of simulation or program, if you will, right? So I did a video a couple days ago where I discussed destiny, and I truly believe that destiny is real. So the reason I believe that is because of, once again, some of the things that I've experienced in my life, some of the deep, divine, just incredible, mind-blowing synchronicities that I've experienced along the way. Just like things that are absolutely impossible. There was a group of scientists who were doing research on these synchronicities, and still are doing research on these synchronicities. I don't know the name of this specific group. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I've watched a few videos on this where they would document some things that were happening to them, because they were meditating, they were, raising their consciousness, they were, really exploring consciousness in general and how you get to higher levels of consciousness. And then they were also documenting, some of the things that were happening, some of the phenomena that were happening to them. And this is the same thing that I do. I always write down all the synchronicities, all the deep ones that I experience. And some of these synchronicities that they were experiencing, they were happening in these like layers. They call them layers, and the best way to describe the layers is if like, something happened to you, or someone was saying something to you, and then you looked over and that was confirmed in some sort of way, just like that was completely tied into what they were saying. And then maybe you're listening to the radio at the same time and it said the exact same thing, or something else tied in, right? And it keeps going and going. So sometimes these layers would happen in 3, 4, 5, like it would just get waves of this thing, like it would just like hit you once, boom, boom, like everywhere you look, something's going on that's tied into what was, happening there. It's hard to explain, but this is how it works. So these layers, they explain, they would happen like 5 layers, 6 layers, and they would, calculate the chances of these things actually happening. And the chances of some of these synchronicities happening are like once in every 100 billion years, and yet they happen every single day, all day long, in the most divine ways possible. So it's like, how is this possible if, everything is just a happening, right? If there's no sort of purpose to all of this, or in my opinion, it's all laid out. Like I feel like this is all laid out. You chose your path, and now you're just kind of living it, and you're going along that path. You can get off the path. You can, you have freedom of choice. You can get off the path, but the path that you're on currently is laid out, and that's why you're experiencing these divine synchronicities and all that stuff, right? So just based on the research I've done, just based on the experiences I've had with divine synchronicity, just knowing that the whole universe is governed on mathematics, knowing that we didn't discover it, or we didn't create it, we discovered mathematics, and that some of the most brilliant minds ever to exist all said the same thing. They all said the same thing. And the reality is that the elite wouldn't want you guys to know that, this might just be a simulation, and not to take life so seriously, because that's the fear mechanisms that are in place are what keeps the soul bonded to this specific plane. It keeps the soul a slave, essentially, to the system, right? The matrix, right? So the way to exit the matrix is to raise your consciousness, raise your frequency and vibration, and get on the most optimal timeline possible, right? So again, this is very esoteric information. Maybe a lot of you won't understand. Maybe you're a little bit confused, and I apologize. But I promise you, if you go out and do your research, you'll see that, once again, everything is governed by mathematics. Research the Fibonacci sequence, research the golden ratio, research Nikola Tesla 369 vortex mathematics, and you're going to see the exact same things that I'm talking about. You're going to be like, what? Like, this is a little bit interesting that, literally everything is governed by mathematics, and, maybe it is a program. So that's just my opinion. I think that maybe we do live in a simulation. Maybe we don't. I don't know. It's beyond my realm of thinking at this point. This is just kind of what I feel. I feel like it's a program. I feel like it's all set up. It's a code. However, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So once again, I just wanted to give my opinion on whether or not I think we live in a simulation or not. And maybe this sheds some light on some of these things for you guys, because there's been a lot of discussion over the years on these topics. Like I said, I watched, I think, a Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk where they brought this up, and Elon's pretty convinced that we do live in a simulation, that it's very possible, just based on, because he's a smart mind. He sees the mathematical code everywhere in the universe, right? So you just got to draw your own conclusions and do your own research. And I think that once you expand your consciousness, these things come more naturally to you, like these ideas and topics and theories come more naturally to you, and they resonate somewhere within you, right? So when you're too glued with the 5 senses, and everything that you see is just a happening, then this might not resonate with you. But I'm sure if you're watching this right now, then maybe you're open to these ideas. So go out, do your own research, draw your own conclusions, and let me know what you think in the comments below about what this reality truly is. Let me know what you guys think. We'll have a discussion there. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say today, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. If you did, press that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But for now, we'll part ways. So peace, love, and have a glorious day.